Greetings, friends. Prepare for another thrilling journey as we delve into Reddit's most bizarre tales. We're plunging deep into the quirkiest corners of the web. Grab your popcorn and join us on this adventure. Remember to hit subscribe and like. Let's begin. I, 32M, am currently going through a divorce, and I am struggling to cope with the emotions and changes this has brought into my life. My soon-to-be ex-wife, whom I will call Emily, 30F, and I had been together for 7 years before getting married, and we thought it was the right time to tie the knot. We had everything planned out, and for the most part, things seemed to be going well. We moved in together and eventually got married, and she brought 3 wonderful kids into my life, whom I adore with all my heart. However, things weren't always smooth sailing. I've made posts before asking for advice about our relationship problems, and in hindsight, I wish I had listened to the warnings. It's been 2 years since we got married, and when people talk about the 7-year itch, I can tell you it's a real thing. We've had problems ranging from financial issues to not being there for each other emotionally. I admit I worked too much, staying away for almost 12 hours a day to make ends meet. I couldn't give her everything she wanted, but I still loved her deeply. Communication was a significant problem for us. Emily had a different way of handling issues, often choosing to go out or hang around with friends rather than spending time at home. I didn't fault her for that. Everyone needs their space. However, things took a turn when she started developing feelings for one of her friends. I found out in the worst possible way. Emily loves the app Snapchat, which I despise. One day, I decided to check her Snapchat, knowing it was an invasion of privacy. I had to know what was going on. That's when I discovered she was essentially cheating on me with one of her friends. The realization hit me like a ton of bricks. I confronted her about it calmly, no yelling or arguing, just a conversation. She didn't have an excuse and claimed it was just who she was. That's when I told her we needed to part ways, and without much of a fight, she decided to leave. Emily currently lives on the couch of the guy she was involved with, and it breaks my heart. I know we can never be together again, and I try not to talk to her much. Yet, some part of me desperately wants to talk to her because I feel so lonely without her. I still love her as much as I did when we were dating, as much as I did on our wedding day, and as much as I do now. But it hurts so much. I want to know if this pain will ever go away. How hard does it have to be? I'm not going to do anything foolish, like ending my life, but the pain is more than I can bear. I'm not just losing Emily, I'm losing a family. Those boys were my world, and it's tearing me apart inside. For context, I'm just their stepfather, but that doesn't lessen the bond I have with them. My whole world is turning upside down, and this is more or less a rant. How am I supposed to go on with life after this divorce? The future I envisioned always included a family, and now it doesn't. I appreciate any comments or advice. I wish everyone the best of luck in their endeavors, whether they are going through their own divorce or anything else. This is the hardest time of my life, and I don't know if I can go on knowing things will never be the same. I still love my wife. I know she's not my wife anymore. Reflecting on the journey of our relationship, it all started with a spark, the kind that lights up your world and makes everything seem possible. We met at a mutual friend's party, and our connection was instant. Emily had a smile that could light up the darkest room, and I was captivated by her energy and warmth. We started dating, and those early years were filled with joy and discovery. We learned about each other's quirks, dreams, and fears. I remember the first time I met her kids, 3 boys who were initially wary of me, but soon warmed up. I was determined to be a positive figure in their lives. As time went on, our relationship grew stronger. We moved in together, and I embraced the role of a stepfather with all my heart. I attended their school events, helped with homework, and shared in their triumphs and challenges. Emily and I were a team, building a life together that, while not perfect, was filled with love and commitment. Our decision to get married came after 5 years of dating. We believed it was the right time. The wedding was a beautiful affair, small and intimate, surrounded by close family and friends. I remember looking into Emily's eyes as we exchanged vows, feeling an overwhelming sense of happiness and hope for our future. However, marriage brought its own set of challenges. We struggled with finances, often living paycheck to paycheck. My job required long hours, and I knew it took a toll on our relationship. Emily's way of coping with stress was to spend time with friends, which I didn't mind initially. But as time passed, it became clear that she was distancing herself from me emotionally. Our communication broke down, and I could feel her slipping away. The turning point came when I discovered her infidelity. Finding out through her Snapchat was a violation of trust on my part, but the betrayal I felt was indescribable. The woman I loved, the mother of the children I adored, had been unfaithful. Confronting her was one of the hardest things I've ever done. She admitted to it without much resistance, and that was the moment I knew our marriage was over. The aftermath of our separation has been a blur of emotions. Seeing Emily move out and live with the man she was involved with was like a dagger to my heart. I missed the boys terribly. They were a significant part of my life, and losing them is a pain that's hard to describe. I often find myself wondering if I could have done something differently, if I could have been a better husband or stepfather. I've taken steps to protect myself financially, but the emotional toll is immense. Friends and family have been supportive, but there's only so much they can do. The loneliness is overwhelming at times. I still love Emily despite everything that's happened, and that's what makes this so difficult. Love doesn't just disappear because of betrayal. It lingers, reminding you of what was and what could have been. Moving forward is daunting. The future I envisioned, a life filled with family and love, feels shattered. I'm trying to take it one day at a time, focusing on my well-being and trying to find a new sense of normalcy. Exercise has been a helpful outlet, giving me a way to channel my emotions and clear my mind. I've also started seeing a therapist, which has been beneficial. Talking about my feelings and getting professional guidance is helping me navigate this difficult time. The pain is still there, but I'm slowly learning to live with it. The journey of healing is long, and I know it won't be easy. There will be days when the sadness feels unbearable, but I'm determined to find a way through. I want to rebuild my life, to find happiness and fulfillment again. It's a slow process, but I believe it's possible. To anyone going through something similar, know that you're not alone. Reach out for support, whether it's from friends, family, or a professional. Take care of yourself and give yourself time to heal. The pain may never fully go away, but it will become more manageable with time. As I reflect on my relationship with Emily, I choose to remember the good times, the love we shared, the memories we created, and the bond we had with the boys. Those moments were real and meaningful, and they will always hold a special place in my heart. Life after divorce is a new chapter, one that I didn't expect or want, but it's my reality now. I'm learning to accept it and find a way to move forward. The future may look different than what I envisioned, but it's still mine to shape. Thank you for taking the time to read my story. Writing this has been therapeutic, allowing me to process my emotions and gain some clarity. I wish everyone the best in their own journeys, and I hope that we all find the strength to overcome the challenges we face.